Right. So let's come to our seats. Right. New year, new breath. Yes, 2021. It means something. We all arrived. We all made it here, and that is a blessing, right? So let's go ahead and just start the new year off, right, with this class. Allow it to be about renewing and a sense of liveliness, right? Celebration. Each movement a celebration. All right. So get comfortable in your seat. Allow your feet to be about hips width apart. So if you don't know what hips width apart is, you take your two fists, press them together, hug the inner arches of your knees around your fists, and look down, and you should see a capital H. So your feet should be parallel. And this is our base position. And I don't care how long you've been doing yoga, even if you do it every single day, your legs will wander in different directions. So it does take a little bit of intention to bring them back through the practice. So just be mindful of that. All right. And this is our base position. This is like our mountain pose, right? When we're standing and our arms are up, our arms are down. This is that resting awareness pose. All right. So keep that in mind. I want you to close the eyes if it's in your practice. If you do happen to keep them open, just fixate in front of you on whatever it is. Try not to give too much to your thoughts here. Take a breath in and allow the breath to come all the way down to the toes. And exhale. Relax the shoulders, relax the body, and just allow the air to leave. And do this about 5 times. But each time I want you to really connect to this idea that you're in practice, you're in the present moment, and you're here for a purpose. So make it count each breath. On your next inhale, bring your hands to your belly and just feel your belly fill up with air. We're going to take a few collective breaths together. On your next exhale, release all the air out the body. So all the stale air out the body, all gone. And let's inhale together to the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Pause. And then exhale. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. This time to the count of 4, we exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. All the stale air leaves the body. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Really be mindful of how that breath is impacting the body. Notice the movement. And then exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. And now take about 5 breaths on your own. I want you to just connect to the rhythm in your body. This is going to be important because as you move your arms and your legs and whatever else in this class, your body, you want to be able to unify that rhythm of your breath with the movement. Breathing in and breathing out. About 1 more breath and then drop your hands by your sides. I want us to lift up our shoulders, bring them up to me. Please, everybody, keep your computers muted. It's something where it can distract everybody in the class. If you have to speak to me, please put it in the chat. Likely I'll be able to get to it after class. One of the things I just want to add is if there's anything that we do in this class that you don't feel comfortable with, you can put it in the chat. We'll talk about it after, but please don't do it. Because I'd rather you just skip it and stay in this base position, okay? So let's start again with our arms. I'm gonna drop the hands down by the side, lift up the shoulders towards the ears, and then we're gonna bring up the heels as well, and then gently exhale and lower down. Just keep that breath count in mind. Inhale, lift up on the shoulders, lift up on the heels. Hear the breath come into the body, and then exhale, slowly lower down. Yeah, there we go. Let's do that about 3 more times. And allow it to be like a steady flow. So, your arms go up. It's almost like a wave. You don't try to control the wave. You just kind of go with it. And this is just a gentle way to start to open up the body. And exhale and let go. And it's also a good way to connect the movement to the breath. Beautiful. Now we're going to lean back just a little bit, squeeze the core, lean back, lift up the toes, and then gently place them forward. Let's lean back again, lift up those toes, keep the heels on the ground, and lean forward. 2 more times. Last one, match the breath with the movement. All right. Now take the heels, lift them up, and then drop them down. Maybe take the feet to the left and to the right. Take the legs, hold on to your chair, and just kind of lift them up, knees to the center and then to the side. It's almost like you're going back and forth, but we're not there yet. You're only going halfway. And then come up to the other side. Right? Knees hunched over, then they come up. You're using your feet to help you guide. Beautiful. Take your right foot, lift it out in front of you, and just hold the right foot there for a second. Soften the knee, and then exhale, put the foot back down. Let's do that on the other side. Lift up the left leg, soften the knee, and put the foot back down on the ground. I want you to now lean back just a little bit and see if you can lift up your legs. Just a little bit. It's okay if you come forward just to have a little bit of fun, okay? Notice how it's like, notice how your weight is, and then come back to center. Yes. Take your right foot, lift it out, and now start to do some rotations on the ankle, forward and back. Breathing in and out. Bring the foot back. And then on the left. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. So we kind of want to shake out some of that. I want you to just lift your heels up and then drop them down. This is what they call breaking up energy, breaking up the chi. Lift up your shoulders and then drop them down too, adding it all together and just waking up the body. And then let's just twist back and forth a few times. There we go. Nice little warm up. Beautiful. And come back to center. Yes. All right. We're going to begin with bringing our arms up overhead, reaching those hands up high. Beautiful, beautiful. Hands up high. I feel like we can see me better right here. And look up, gaze up, roll the shoulders away from the ears and take the gaze up and just sit there for a moment. Breathe in and out and imagine that your breath can reach up all the way to the ends of your fingertips. And then on the exhale, slowly bring the hands down by the sides, matching your breath and your rhythm with the movement. Inhale, arms lift, reach up, lift up out of that pelvic bowl a little bit more. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. If you can back bend, that's fine. If you can't, don't worry about it. Gaze is up. And exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3 more times. Take the flow. Arms up, roll the shoulders away from the ears. Inhaling, 1 breath, 1 movement. Exhale, hands come down by the side. 2 more. I want you to feel your muscles in your arms activate. Roll those shoulders away from the ears. You don't need your shoulders to do this. Gaze up, lifting out the body, exhaling down, finding your rhythm, finding your flow. And then another one comes up, renewing breath, rises up. And exhale, arms come down by the side and they get to rest. Rest is part of the process. Take your chin, bring it to your chest, and just sit here for a second and notice the way your arms feel. Notice the way your neck feels. And before we do anything with our neck or our shoulders, I just want you to be mindful of how this part of the body is for you right now. Take a few breaths, and with your full intention and awareness, bring it here. Notice if there's any tension or if there's any sensations you should be mindful of as you do this practice or injuries. And I want you to just set it in your heart to be compassionate to yourself and to be honorable to yourself by listening. Just listening to your body here. We're going to bring our right ear now over to our right shoulder. Let the left arm just really hang heavy. You'll notice that gravity takes care of the business for you. You don't have to overstretch. Use the breath and feel the left side of the throat and the neck just expand and contract on the inhale and exhale. And let that be enough for you right now. If your hands happen to be clenched together, just open them up. Chin tucks back down to the center chest. Left ear to the left shoulder. Right hand hangs heavy. When you breathe in, just pay extra attention to your right side of your neck. Feel the expansion and the contraction. Allow gravity to do its work. You don't have to do anything here, but breathe. Chin back to the center chest. Let's do that again. Right ear to the right shoulder, but this time we're going to take the right hand, allow it to rise up, and then lay it on top of the left side of the head. Left arm can stay right where it is, or you can bring it to the thigh. It's your choice. Keep your back body straight and square with the room in front of you. So we shouldn't be leaning this way. If we're leaning out of our chair, we want to come back up and allow the twist. Allow the head to just be a little bit looser. You don't have to let so much weight fall onto that right side. Right hand rises and release it down by the right thigh. Before you go and bring your chin to the center chest, just sit here for a second. And now gently bring your chin back to the center chest. Drop your left hand by the side if it's not there already. And take about 2 breaths. And we're going to bring our left ear to our left shoulder. And just pause there for a moment. Left hand lifts and it lays on the right side of the head. Right hand can stay down by the side, or you can bring it up to the right thigh. And just breathe. You can have your eyes closed here or open. Just be very intentional about where you're sending your breath. Breathing into the neck. You should be feeling the expansion and contraction, maybe even a little bit more now that you're hand is on your head. There's a little weight there. We're going to take the left hand, lift it up, and then lay it down by the left leg. And just stay here for a second. There's no rushing. We have a new year, a new day, a new moment ahead of us. Let's just embrace and enjoy this one before we rush to the next. Chin back to the center chest. Keep the chin tucked into the chest. Take both hands and place them on the top of the head. And breathe. Hands rise and come back down by the side. You're going to roll your right ear to your right side. And then back to center and roll the left ear to the left. And now just go for a few head rolls. If you want to do a full 360 degrees, you can. You want to bring your hands to your thighs, you can do that too. And then eventually we'll come back to center and you can bring your eyes to gaze, head up. And let's go through our first flow of the class. So get comfortable in your seat. You want to maybe scooch forward just a little bit. Arms rise, reach up, lift up, look up overhead, mountain pose. And then exhale, we're going to bring the belly towards the thighs. The head hangs heavy. Maybe shake the neck out. Now you get some of that benefit of a loose neck. Just kind of shake it out or shake it yes and no. Hands are heavy, hanging down off the side of the legs. And this is our forward fold. And while you're down here, just make sure your feet are hips width apart. Inhale, half lift, flat back. And we're just going to hold this for a second. Let your belly be strong. Squeeze the core. Squeeze your glutes. So that place in your belly that gives you that strength when you lift up a box, I want you to activate that right now. Squeeze that belly. Press more into the floor for support and you'll lift up out of that pelvic bowl. And if you bring your hands behind you, it's like you're taking off. And trust yourself here. Do what you can. And then on the exhale, let go. Belly tucks back down towards the thighs. Chin to the chest. Squeeze the core. Press your feet into the ground. Lift up using that strong belly body. Rising back up into mountain pose. And hands come down by the side. And let's just shake that out for a second. To the left and to the right. All right. And let's take our feet and let's take them over to the right and to the left. Same thing. All right. And come back to center. Remember, feet hips width apart. Awesome. Great. All right. So we're going to start to move down the body just a little bit. Before we do so, though, we want to do one more thing to kind of stretch out the body. Lift up, reach up overhead, interlace the fingers, press the palms up towards the ceiling, roll the shoulders away from the ears. Lift up, reach up. And we're going to come into almost like a moon shape. And we're going to lean to our left. Keep our right sits bone down in the ground. Pivot back so that you can look up to the ceiling. And you're looking into the inside of your elbow on the right side. So you're pivoting back on that right shoulder. Come back to center, and then we're going to come to the other side. And then look up, pivoting back on that left arm this time. Gaze is up towards the left side. You're seeing the inside of the left elbow. And then come back to center, and hands come down by the side. All right, and we can actually bring our hands back up once more. Breathing in and out and exhaling down. Allow them to curtsy a little bit. Arms back up. And exhale back down. Really stretch through. Inhaling, curtsying one more time, and then hands come down by the side. Beautiful. Arms come out in front of you. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Beautiful. You're going to take your right fingertips, wiggle the right fingertips. Place them on top of the left shoulder. The left hand is underneath, right? It's already underneath. Right hand is on top. So this is a good indicator and a good guide to go underneath the right arm, okay? Don't worry, we all forget we're left and rights and which one goes on top of what. So that's how we can remember, all right? Let the elbow sit out in front of you, all right? I'm gonna turn this chair a little bit just so you can see. So let the elbow sit out in front of you. See, my elbows are not on my chest. They're up, they're out, and there's space. When I look down down towards my thighs, there's actually a hole. So I want you to make sure that you see a hole. That is your breathing hole. I want you to keep your chin to your chest. Inhale and exhale, and slowly bend back, lifting up the elbows towards the ceiling. Sort of like a mountain pose, but your arms are on your shoulders, you're hugging yourself. And then on the exhale, come forward, keeping the belly steady and controlled as you lay the belly on the thighs, dropping the elbows in front of your knees. Keep that space so that you can breathe. And just keep holding on to yourself and hugging yourself. Breathe in and out. No need to rush. We're going to start to come out of the pose, but what I want you to do is press into the ground with your feet, like web the toes right now. Press into the ground with your feet. Activate those balls to help you press and come up. So you're squeezing from the legs, coming up, lifting the elbows up high. Inhale and exhale and breathe in, back bending slightly, keeping the chin into the chest, elbows are up towards the sky. You're still holding on to yourself and still breathing through the hole. Come back to center, which is where eyesight gaze is right in front of you, body is square. Shoulders are back to shoulders length where they belong. And just hold yourself here for a second. And then undo the arms, undo the arms. All right, we're gonna bring the hands in and then out. And just like a little bit of a butterfly, allow yourself to just flap back and forth, breathing in and out. Don't overextend, just give yourself that opportunity to be fluid, okay? And then bring the hands down by the side. All right, shake it out. You're going to feel a difference from your left arm to your right. Hold on to the chair and come back and forth. Kind of do that. I want to start to do more stuff with the bottom of our legs as well. It's really important to keep the whole body active. That's why we are shaking out the top and the bottom. Okay? Yeah, let me come back this way. Arms come out in front of us. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. All right. Going to take the left hand, wiggle the left fingertips. Bring the left hand on top of the right arm. Now the right arm is underneath, so we know hand comes underneath that left shoulder. And here we are hugging ourselves once again. And just for a second, embrace that hug. Like, ooh, I love you. Maybe even say that to yourself. I love you. I missed you. So really hug yourself, but keep those elbows up away from the chest. Tuck the chin to the chest instead and breathe through that hole. And slowly you're going to back bend, lifting through the rib cage, up through the chest. Elbows come up towards the ceiling. Keep the chin to the chest. And breathe through that hole. And on the exhale, the next exhale, I should say, we're going to come down slowly and guided, bringing our bellies towards our thighs, dropping the elbows over the knees. And just really relax here. Really allow your body to just fall onto your knees. Let the weight be supported from your thighs. You don't have to do anything here, but just rest. Continue to hold on to your shoulders, giving yourself that hug, but rest. And we're going to be intentful. So we want to set an intention right now to press our feet into the ground, squeeze the core as we lift up, and then come up out of that forward fold, lifting the elbows up towards the ceiling. Keep the chin into the chest and just stay there. Breath by breath, moment by moment. And then we're going to bring the elbows back to shoulders length, back to center. Just stay here for a moment. And then unwind the arms. And just like a butterfly, allow your wings to flap forward and back. Maybe 2 more. Keep breathing. Try not to hold the breath. And hands come down by the side. And then shake it out. And then shake out those legs. Okay, great. Alrighty. Arms come up once again. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. All right. Take the right hand, place it on the right shoulder. Take the left, go underneath. Now, you can stay just like this in the hug. That's fine with me, but I like for those who are open to it to challenge themselves to come into a bind, an eagle pose. Beautiful. I want you to bring your legs together so that your knees touch and your feet touch. Lift up those elbows just a little bit. And then slowly start to come down, bringing the elbows towards the thighs and towards the knees, keeping the elbows pressed right on top of the knee, chin to the chest, and then come back up. And undo the arms. Okay, beautiful. And for those who are just doing the hug, it looks like this. So it's similar. You just are modifying. It's either like this or like this. So we're going to do the other side. All right. We can bring our feet back to hips width apart, and we'll bring them together once we have our stability in with our eagle. So take the left hand, wiggle the left fingertips, place it on top of the right arm, come underneath, hug yourself once again. And when you're ready, if it's in your practice, come into your bound eagle pose. So heel the feet together, one strong leg. Keep the chin tucked into the chest. And then slowly bring the elbows down towards the knees. Stay here. Breathe in and out. And modify if you need to. Try not to hold the breath. You're breathing through the shoulders into the mid-back body. It's a really important place to be able to breathe. And then come up. And arms come out and expand. And hands come down by the sides. Beautiful. Bring the feet back apart. And now that our arms are kind of loose, let's just roll them back. And then roll them forward. Roll them back. And roll them forward. All right. Arms come up. Extend the shoulders out. Send the hands out. Shoulders length. Shoulders distance, I should say. Yeah, we're at the shoulders. Extend the fingertips out. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. And on the exhale, we're going to start to do some rotations with the arm. That's a good time to start. And then inhale, arms rise up. And then exhale down. Shoulders come up and down. You're squeezing the bicep and the tricep. That's the tricep is on the bottom of the arm, the bicep is at the top. Those are very active in this pose and in this activity. Rolling forward and then rolling back, but breathing as you do it. So if somebody's doing this, slow down and breathe. And then bring the arms up overhead, and then hands come back to shoulders length. Arms back up overhead, back to shoulders length. Getting a good workout on those arms. Up and down, up and down. And then arms are going to come all the way down by the side because we need that time to rest, right? We need that pause. Beautiful. We're going to come down into a flow. So squeeze those arms. Your arms are ready and active for this. Roll the shoulders away from the ears, mountain pose. We're going to do 3 flows, okay? Come down, belly touches the thighs, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Ah, you guys are so strong. I love you guys. You got it. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise, reach up, lift up overhead. Hands come down by the sides, or you can bring them down in a prayer position to your heart, your choice. And let's do that 2 more times. Make it your own. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and out. You know how to do it. Arms rise. Back up we go. Hands come down. Your choice of which way. Last one. Breathe in and out. Woo, letting it go. Really be mindful about each movement. Don't be overly, I don't want to say overly cautious, but you do want to make sure that everything is okay with the body, but you also want to allow yourself to kind of not be rigid and just flow and go with the flow. Yeah, there we go. So arms reach up, and now we're going to come over towards the right side, come back to the center, and then to the left. Start to open up the legs just a little bit, and I want you to just come like you're coming over towards the right side. If you can rest your arm or your hand on the right thigh, that's fine. Your other hand comes up, come back to center, and then twist into the left. You can rest your left arm or hand on the right arm. Right arm on the left thigh. That's great. Come back to center, and now go through a flow kind of with your arms, reaching up to the left and then reaching up, going to the right. Breathing in and out. This breath work is so important, okay? Lifting up and coming back. At the same time, we're loosening up our body for our next pose. Arms come up and then bring the hands on to the top of the thighs and open up just a little bit more. This is one of my favorite poses. And I want you to just roll the shoulders back, bring the chest forward, and then pull back. Okay. And we're going to do that a few more times. It's like a cat-cow, except our legs are open. So we're getting that nice stretch on the inner thigh. Pulling back. I want you to engage that core, engage that chest through the pelvic bowl. And then back we go. The sits bone carries you. The seat connects to you. And then you lift up out of it. All right. One more. And then the last one, we're actually going to stop right here. Like we are in that half lift kind of. And I want you to take your right hand, twist the right hand, bring the arm straight and bring the shoulder down the mid part of the body. So that shoulder is now towards the middle of both legs. Inhale, breathe in, and on the exhale, other side, extend out that left arm. You're pressing against the left leg, shoulder is down. The right arm is just bent and it's just hanging there on your hand and your arm or on your right thigh. Come back up. Other side. No need to rush. Really feel that stretch and that extension in the lower back body. It's so important to stretch out this area where the sacrum is. It's good for your spine. It's good for longevity. You should be able to also keep the feet grounded on the floor, right? So if your heels are kind of twisting to the side, you just want to kind of bring them back so the full foot is grounded. You don't want to overextend in that way where you're pushing or forcefully knocking your leg out. Come back up to center. Beautiful. We're going to toe heel our feet back to hips width apart. Somebody came out to join us. And we're going to come through a flow. Arms rise, reach up, lift up, overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. And hands come down by the side. All right, we're going to continue to do some stuff to our back body, right? So the strength in our arms, we have that. We're going to lift up. We're going to pivot to the right, but this time we're going to bring our hands then down onto the right side of our body. So the left hand crosses over and is placed on the, let me go ahead and move my chair. Sorry, kitty. I had to move my chair just so you can see me. And then our right hand is behind us, and we're taking our gaze behind us. Nice little gentle spinal twist. And just sit here for a few moments and notice how the breath kind of moves the body automatically. There's really nothing that you have to do. The inhale kind of bumps it forward, and then the exhale, you can go back a little bit more. The exhale is the time where if you want to try to stretch a little bit more or look behind you a little bit more, that you could do so. And let's do the other side. Arms are going to lift up, still facing the right side, and we're going to pivot back to the center. And then we're going to come over towards the left. All right. Left hand comes behind us, right hand crosses. So on the right hand crosses over, so that's resting on the left leg. And then we look behind us. Continue to breathe. We're going to lift up our hands, left side of the body, pivot back to the center. And hands come down by the side. Beautiful. See what time it is? Okay. We're going to do a little bit of work on the lower body and then go to standing. All right. Let's start with taking our right foot and bring it out in front of us. And you're just going to stretch out that leg. You want to keep the knee soft. And I'm going to actually do this just so you can see me. You want to keep the knee soft. I want to bring my other leg behind me. Don't do that. But you notice how my knee is just gently bent. It's not completely rigid and straight like this. There's a difference, okay? And I know that we don't always see that in the practice because my other knee kind of blocks it out. But that's what I want you to do. Make sure that the knee is soft. Anytime I say soft knee, that's what I mean, okay? Until you can ease into a place where you can start to relax the hamstring and then lean forward in a way that you can completely settle into the stretch. Okay, if you kind of get my gist, is it's a process. Don't just jump into a rigid pose. Okay, we're going to bring both our hands onto the left thigh though. We're not going to press on this one because our knee is there and it can be kind of gentle and fragile, right? So we're going to take our hands and we're going to actually press them onto the left leg. And then we're going to lean forward. In the meantime, this knee is still bent a little bit. It's still soft, okay? When you're ready, and if you get ready to go straighter and you want to go deeper into that stretch, go for it, okay? But I'm saying to start, keep that leg soft. And when you lean forward, you're pressing the belly forward and then the chest. So we're not like this. We are dignified pressing forward, like we're pressing a block forward or we're pressing something forward. Okay, breathe in and out. 2 more. And then come back. Bring that foot back to hips width. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So this time our left leg is coming out straight in front of us. We're soft, keeping that knee soft. Our right leg is going to be the leg that we place our weight on. So you can bring your hands to your right thigh. Sit up out the pelvic bowl and then press the belly forward. Press the chest going forward. And you're really just getting that stretch on the hamstring, and it's so vital to stretch out the hamstring and the back of the knee. These places can get really tight and tense and cause so many other issues in like the lower back and the feet. Breathe in and out. All right. We're going to take our we're going to take our right knee and we're going to bring it up. We're going to bring it up towards our right inner arm. So where like the arm area is, like the armpit. And then we're going to bring the leg forward, but this time I want you to just drop the hands by the side and just keep the knee up. Wherever you are. So some people, if it's hard, just keep the toe on the ground. If you can, just lift up to wherever you feel that you can hold it. Sit up nice and tall and then gently place the foot back down on the ground. We're going to bring our hands, wrap it around the left leg, bring it up towards the inner arm. Breathe in and out. And then gently, we're going to find a home where we can hold the leg on our own, squeeze in the core, keeping the foot up. Breathe in and out. Again, the modification is your toe on the ground. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Half a breath. You got it. Then bring the foot back down to the ground. Let's go through a flow. Arms rise, reach up, lift up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. Scoop up on the right leg. Again, this time, bring the right foot on top of the left thigh, right? So if this is kind of really hard for you and your knee is kind of straight, that's completely okay. Also, if it's so hard for you, and I do know that there's injuries and stiffness, I don't want you to overstretch. I just want you to keep your foot down on the ground and straighten it back out. I have a modification for you, okay? But first, I'm going to bring everybody through this pose. All right. So once you get into that comfortable position, if you can, relax the leg. This is like a seated half pigeon. You can stay just like this. If you want to kind of move the leg around just a little bit, that's fine. Just to kind of open up that space and give you the ability to sit up a little bit taller. There's a modification for this pose. You can stay just like this for the duration that we're taking in the breath work, or you can lean forward. You can place your arms on top of the foreleg. And then if you really want to go even deeper, you can drop the hands down, drop the head down, drop the chin to the chest. Now, if you're in a place, you can do that. If you're in a place where you can't do that pose at all, we're going to do an extended leg, forward fold, and you're going to cross your left leg on top of the right, and you're just going to lean forward, and then you can hold on to the chair or drop your hands, your choice. Okay, that's the modification for the seated half pigeon. Okay, and you see it's pretty much the same thing, but in this case, your leg is on top of the other leg. I'm giving you that stretch on the thigh and the IT band. And just breathe. Slowly, we're going to come out of the pose by lifting up through the pelvic bowl, then the chest, then the neck, and then the head. You can bring your hands and wrap them around your knee and just kind of spin the ankle. If you're an extended leg forward fold, reset your legs so that you're back in that hips width apart position, that base position. Beautiful. Arms lift up, reach up, and then scoop up on the left leg. Again, wherever you are is fine. If you need to modify, modify with the extended leg forward fold. Otherwise, we will be in seated half pigeon. So get yourself comfortable. If you need to move the leg around a little bit. Breathe in and out and get your breath, catch your breath. And then if you want to modify, you can by bringing your forearms onto the leg or dropping the hands over. It's your choice. Don't do what I do what works best for you. I'm kind of just observing from the videos that I see where you guys all are at. I just want you to breathe in and out. And remember, this isn't about me as a teacher. It's really about your practice and what you feel most comfortable with. What's going to honor your body and benefit you today, tomorrow, and years to come. All right, we're going to start to come out that pose. If you're leaning forward, you want to start to bring up belly, chest, neck, and then head. This helps us to prevent being dizzy. Bring the hands around the knee and just rotate that ankle. And then bring the foot down to the ground. And we're going to come up and we're going to come into standing. See how much time we have. We have a little bit of time. We're just going to do a little bit today standing. All right, so come behind your chair. Or if you want, you can stand next to your chair. Your choice. Okay, for right now, I'm going to stand next to my chair. So we're going to take our left foot and we're just going to lift the left foot out. I'm holding on to the chair, whether you're behind it or on the side, doesn't really matter. Squeeze the core, lift up, and then gently, without touching the ground, bring the left leg and the left foot closer towards the right foot and then lift up. Breathe in and out. Keep the right knee soft. We're going to do this 4 times in all. Find your flow, find your rhythm. Now, even if you're not going very high, you're only going just a little bit, that's okay too. And if you happen to be super flexible and have your leg over your head, that's fine with me. Bring your foot back down to the ground. If you want to come on to the other side, if you prefer be on the side of your chair, you can, or just hold on with your other hand if you're behind the chair. We're going to lift up now on the right side. Squeeze the core, soften the left knee. So we find our balance and then exhale, lower down. 4 times in all. If you do want to bring out the hand, you're welcome to be part of the practice. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Yes, beautiful. Beautiful. All right, so we want to come behind our chair if we're not there already. All right, we're going to take our foot back on the left side. The right foot stays forward. All right. Good job. I see you guys getting into the pose. And we're going to come into what's a lunge. So your hands are on the chair to help you get into this pose. There's a whole wide range that you can go. If your lunge happens to look like this, that's fine. If you're like spread out across the whole room that you have, that's fine too. I'm somewhere in between for the sake of this video. And plus, that's just kind of how I feel today anyway. So, so we're going to breathe in and out. And slowly we're going to lift up on our left hand. So left leg is behind us, left hand lifts. Breathe in and out, look up, warrior one. Just stay here for a second. And then we're going to open up into warrior two. You can stay like this or extend the arms out, roll the shoulders away from the ears. It's really up to you. If you need the chair, use the chair. Slowly, we're going to bring our shoulders towards the front of us, like we're leaning down towards the right leg. And then we're going to come back and bring the hand down to the thigh on the left side. If your arm is up, this is reverse. This is called reverse warrior. This is the modified version with your fingertips on the chair. Today, I'm just doing the modified version, so feel free to let go of the chair when you want to. We're going to come back into warrior two. And then this time, we're going to lean down and we're going to come into bringing our arm, if we can. If you can't, hold on to the chair. But bringing your left arm up, your right elbow comes towards the right thigh. Okay. And this is almost like a side angle for us. Come back, lifting back into warrior two, and then cartwheel that hand right around back into warrior one. Both hands come onto the chair. Okay. And then we're going to bring both legs back and then just walk it out. If you want to bring your hands down to the lowest part of the chair, you can do that as well. Coming into what's like a downward dog. Breathing in and out. All right. Walk back up. I'm going to switch my chair to the other side now. All right. So we're going to bring that left foot. We're going to keep the left foot in front of us, and the right foot is going to go back this time. All right. Holding on to the chair, get yourself into that position, find your range. All right. Right arm is going to go up. The left hand is staying on the chair. Unless you want to lift both up, that's fine. Warrior one. Open up. Exhale. Warrior two. Nice, strong warrior. Look over your left shoulder. And just breathe. You're going to come forward, take your left shoulder, bring it towards the chair, lifting up and then coming back. Reverse warrior. Right hand comes down to the right thigh. Fingertips are remaining on the chair as you lean back and gaze up. Inhale and exhale. Know that there's nothing else required of you per se. Wherever you are is fine as long as you're safe. All right. Don't measure yourself against anyone else or any other practices that you've ever had. Just let today's practice be today's practice. Come back into that warrior two. Nice, strong, resilient warrior that you are. And then we're just going to lean forward, keeping our hand on the chair or bringing our arm onto the left leg. Gaze up for that side angle. You should be able to feel your thigh muscles activate. You should have some strength coming from that thigh so that you bump up into the belly and the upper body is controlled. Don't hold the breath. We're going to come back to warrior two. Roll that hand forward, warrior one. Both hands come back onto the chair. Come back. This is like our downward dog. You can walk it out. You can stay still, or you can also bring your hands onto the next rung of the chair. All options for you. And then just gently, we're going to come back up step by step. And stand here for a moment in mountain pose. If you are fine with lifting up your hands, that's great. If you want to lift up one, that's fine. Or you can just bring your hands by the side Mountain pose can be all of these things. Okay. Inhale and exhale. And gently, we're going to wake up our bodies and come forward as we get ready to close class. We're going to come into Savasana. We'll come to sitting. Beautiful. All right. And roll the shoulders away from the ears. Give yourself permission to celebrate a job well done. And this part of the practice is really important. So even if you only stay in it for 1 minute, please stay in it. You've earned it. This is what we came for in a way. So relax the body, relax the legs. Breathe in and out and close the eyes. Find a comfortable place for your hands. And just for the rest of this class, know that you're enough and know that what you've done today is enough. I will ring the singing bowl when it's time for class to close. For now, just embrace this moment. If you like to stay in Savasana, you can do so as long as you like by leaving the session now. Otherwise, we will close together. When you're ready, you can press your feet into the ground, reset to the world around you, open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you had a beautiful practice and you can take all part in it with you. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.